Hello? Anybody home? Street medicine?
I've lived in a tent for the last 3 years. My wife's, she's mental illness. We suffer addiction. Both of us have mental illness. She needs hip replacements. She has a lot of medical problems also. I have brain aneurysms. I'm a mess myself. And these people here change your life.
I'm homeless. I'm staying here for 9 months, 10 months. So I wait for my green card, my papers.
Well, my background is a little mental health and drug addiction. That's pretty much it led me up to this moment. But it's just really hard to bounce back right now because the situation, the odds are against you, like trying to keep your phone charged for a job. For a job to call, keeping your phone charged is a big headache. It's just, the routine, just like you gotta get up every morning and get a shower and be at city lights at 5 o'clock. And it's hectic trying to get out of the hole once you're in it, but it'll happen. It'll happen.
In and out of jail growing up, in and out of psych hospitals, homeless, had lost again. So it's all part of life. It's just every day your eyes open is another day to keep moving. It's when our eyes don't open that we can't keep moving, we can't keep doing. And street medicine does not only for themselves, they do more for others than themselves.
We go out into the community and try to meet the patients where they're at. Many of these patients really have very poor interactions with the traditional healthcare system, and they lost a lot of trust in the healthcare system because of various instances. And so we have gone out to be able to fill the gaps of their needs and be able to access care more easily and to be able to build back that trust again so they can get the health care that they need. We have somewhere between 500 to 600 homeless persons within our population. That of course goes in flux depending on the season and just those who become transiently homeless, of course. But we end up seeing about 200 unique patient encounters per month.
Typical patient population, not what you'd expect. I would say a lot of people in early middle age that are very down on their luck. So 20-somethings up through 50-somethings with a smattering of even older people who are trying to make it as best they can, who are walking great distances, often sleeping outside or on someone's couch, or don't know where they're sleeping today, don't know where their next lunch is coming from. We have a fairly large group of people just released from jail with 1 day of medications who are not yet established in the system.
For over 40 years, I've practiced medicine, and I can tell you that I thought this would be a rough group of individuals, but it is not. These are some of the nicest, most appreciative people that you could meet who have particular hurdles in life. The street medicine program is designed to help those individuals overcome those hurdles.
I mean, it is shelter. It's better than just being on the corner or something, Have a little privacy. It's nice and peaceful up here,
When street medicine goes on the street, I'm their guy. I get all I know every homeless camp, nook and cranny, where everybody hides day and night, where they panhandle, where they hustle. And, I get people that need things, they give me backpacks, sleeping bags, food, and I help pass it out to whoever's in need at any time of the day or night.
For most of us, calling a doctor and making an appointment is not that big of a deal. But for someone who is homeless or potentially living in a tent, unable to charge their phone, making a phone call to have a doctor appointment for something that is very important to them is not nearly as easy. So if we know that they're down by the river, we know that they don't have easy access, we will make those appointments, make sure they get to those appointments. We also provide them transportation to get to and from appointments if needed.
The street medicine team does not wait for people to realize that they need them and then seek them out. They go and seek out those who they know are in great need in all areas of their life. It could be physical health, mental health, addiction medicine, all kinds of chronic, disease care. And they engage them. They're proactive about seeking them. They're trying to bring care to people before they need life-saving measures.
Other options end up being the emergency room and urgent cares. And they, honestly, if you ask them, they feel it's a terrible option for them and a last resort, but they still have to go. And we see a lot of people that have gone and have to leave for whatever reason and can't access the care they really want, which is someone to listen, someone has the time, and we can do that.
I have problem with high blood pressure, gout, thyroid, diabetes, and suppose I need my med, and street medicine help me in everything. And the bed help me in my CPAP machine. I have sleep apnea, and for almost 3 months I sleep. I don't have a CPAP machine, and I never told street medicine about that. When I told street medicine, and the second day I have my CPAP machine.
They're part of my everyday life. Giving medications there, going through stuff with my wife's going through a lot of stuff. They just got my wife, we've been a mess. My wife used drugs for 30-some years. They just got my wife, they get her appointments for her hip to get fixed. She's struggling with a heroin addiction and crack addiction, as I did too. We finally just now, and the mental illness, they finally just now got her in line. She got the shot. It'll last her a whole month. I think it's gonna change our lives. But they supply the transportation. They get you to there, from there. There's nothing that they don't do. They track you down to help you. No one does that, genuinely.
Every time I meet them, they're just kind people. They have a smile. They're good-natured people. They help you not only with medicine and making sure you're healthy, but they keep you healthy other ways too, with like bringing you food, and if you're cold, they bring you stuff to keep you warm. If it's raining out and you're tired of being soaked, they bring you a rain jacket from their own trunk in their car.
So oftentimes when we see patients, what they need is not what we expect them to need. There was this one woman that had come to us not that long ago who was blind and very hard of hearing and felt very isolated in her community because of it. And her main connection was to her cat, who she adored more than anything in the world. And so the one thing that she really wanted help from us to help her, live her life more fully was to provide food for her cat because she just couldn't afford it. And so the biggest thing that we did for her was feed her cat and bring food for her for once a week. And she was over the moon and thanked us a dozen times over because of that small gesture. It's very hard for patients to care about their hypertension if they don't know where their next meal is coming from, or if they're not emotionally feeling safe and stable. And so those little things that we do to help with the base foundations of their hierarchy of needs really helps them to care more about those physical aspects as well.
So many social organizations are doing a lot of the same things, and the partnerships we built with those organizations really helped us work with them. So we right now run stand-up clinics in places that patients already go, and having the relationships with the people that had those already was really, really beneficial, because they say, oh, street medicine is a good thing, come see them and support us, and it really kind of built a name for us and helped us gain trust.
This program is absolutely essential to what we do. Here at New Journey, we just meet critical essential needs. It's food and clothing, but being able to offer this wraparound program where we can look at someone and say, hey, we have street medicine here. We have doctors, nurses here who can see you for your physical needs, is a whole new level of care. Being the food program coordinator, I get to see people individually on a daily basis. So they're you know, I'm a touch point. I think I can see if somebody needs to see a doctor. I can see if somebody is asking to see the doctors, and then I can coordinate an effort to make sure that they're being seen.
The street medicine team comes here to the mission a couple of times a month en masse. They're here more often on a smaller scale, but they'll bring their large team, which could be 15 to 20, healthcare providers, and they will take over our case management department and our lobby, and they will have a clinic, if you will, available for anyone that's here or anybody from the community to come in, and they'll address their needs.
Every other Tuesday we have clinic here at Hope, and so yes, I am here if there are patients that have any respiratory support needs or questions, but really my role is just to keep the flow of the night going. Who's in the waiting room, who needs to go back, who needs to get vitals, I take care of all those things. So it just kind of has morphed into, I was nervous about coming the first night, what am I going to be able to do as a respiratory therapist? And so now I just kind of am the right-hand person. So I love it. I love coming here. It's something I look forward to.
Well, even though the doctors, the street medicine program is only here every 2 weeks, we see people every day who need care. So the good thing is we have a phone number we can contact and say, hey, this guy needs to be seen now. Is there a way you can reach out to him or her? And so we coordinate that level of care with the street medicine program.
I mean, they're a lifeline. It's medicine, it's counseling. I mean, just talking to them. It's peer support. They'll help you with the housing. There's nothing that they won't do to help somebody. Between them and New Journey and the coalition, you couldn't find any better people. They saved not my lives, many lives.
On the field is usually in the morning at around 7 a.m. we go to City Light, where the people come in to have breakfast, and then we go there, and if anyone needs medical care, they will come to us and seek medical care there. And then after that, we go to the tent site, and some people live in a tent. They may need medical attention, so we provide care for them.
Street medicine. Is anybody home?
Anybody need medical attention? We are leaving some backpacks with our information to contact us if you ever need any help, okay?
My first thought is, who might we see that we have been seeing from time to time, potentially what their wound might look like, whether they have received their medications, whether they're taking their medications. Are we going to see a psychotic patient that has not been taking their medications? Are they doing really well? Did they just come for medicine?
When you're in our position, you're thinking of one thing: everybody is out to get you. That comes with the mental illness. And from living like we lived, we lived in tents, nooks and crannies, doorways. You don't trust anyone, and you're in the street. Every day is a fight for your life out here.
Some of them are just scared to see us come out because they think that we're tied to law enforcement, or that we will be there to reprimand them in some way, or to treat them with some bias that they've maybe experienced in the past in other more traditional systems, whether it be true or not, but it's more the bias that they feel that can be really impactful and hard to sometimes overcome.
They are regularly out on the street and around the community, engaging and building up that trust level and those relationships, so that when they encounter someone, it's not anything new or strange, but they have been, I think, cultivating a foundation of trust so that they can, over time, win over some of those most hardcore, chronically unsheltered, very untrusting members of society, that they can build up a little bit of trust with and then build upon that.
Being able to say, look, they're here now for you, so they're present right at this time. I mean, 90% of being human is just showing up, and these doctors show up week after week, and they see our patients see their patients with a level of compassion and empathy that I don't think they would get necessarily in a traditional setting. I mean, we used to see 2 or 3 people come and say, hey, the street doctor's going to be here. Now there's a line of people waiting to see them. And they've definitely made their presence known here at New Journey, and people are comfortable seeing them.
They are serving those with the greatest needs. They are removing barriers to connecting with healthcare. They are really instilling a lot of dignity, compassion, love, personhood for people who maybe are low on dignity and low on pride.
The more honest they are with their situation and their health, the more we can help. So building that relationship sometimes is what the patient actually cares about the most. So after we give them the medical care, they always express how thankful they are for our relationship, specifically just seeing how much we care. I think it is so important that we need to take a step back and remember that these people are people. They are humans, they have feelings just like you and I, and even though they may not be able to follow through with the care that you and I normally think is something that should be easy, some of them just need someone to give them a little faith, giving that hand, the help up, the step up, whatever you want to call it, and just letting them know that someone cares about them and going back time after time after time to say, hey, we're still here.
The physicians are some of the most wonderful people that you can meet, caring, empathetic, and they go out of their way in a very busy life to spend time, energy, and work helping those who are most in need.
So I started off my career really thinking that I would be living abroad, doing international work all the time. And when we came to develop this program, I really felt that I didn't have to go anywhere but our backyard to be able to do the things that I wanted to do for a community that I really care about.
My hope would be that the street medicine program could be here every day. But knowing that that can happen, I would hope that they could be here actually more often. I think it's getting to the point where if we had them here 2 or 3 times a week, or a portion of them, maybe not everybody here a couple times a week, we could definitely have patients that would be ready to see them.
It's a very unique medical outreach, and I have seen firsthand it saves so many lives and heals so many lives and help people in all areas of their life. So I hope that it will be very supported and we'll be able to grow, be fully resourced, and I'd love to see more healthcare providers be able to connect with the street medicine team, even if they're not on the team full time, be able to maybe take rotations and bring their skill sets to the most at risk in the community.
The fact that we're able to come here and provide these services and meet the people where they're at is just extraordinary to me.
Street medicine functions because of all of the volunteers, but also because of the support of Tower Health System, the administration of Tower Health, and the donors who actually allow us to do what we do.
If we don't help them, who is going to help them? So if everybody lend a hand, whether you volunteer with hours or you have donated money or some equipment, etc., we will make a better place for everybody.
I'm currently involved with BCC, trying to get involved with them with help with housing and counseling. And my lifetime partner is in the hospital right now. When she comes home, hopefully things will turn up,